Hi guys, Blake here today with Lilley's Landing Resort and Marina on Upper Lake Taneycomo. It is Saturday, April the 10th, and I'm going to do the one cast for you today. So, let's see. Today is a little chillier of a day. We're in the 55 degrees maybe. They are still running 2 units. Table Rock has officially dropped below 915. So, and according to the generation schedule, they are calling for turning the water off tomorrow. So we will see if they stick to that. Today, I've started right here once again below Andy's Flat. There's quite a bit of wind today, and all the reports I've gotten from the guides this morning were that this little stretch was one of the only places where they found some fish up here. So I don't like doing the same thing twice all the time, but sometimes you just gotta stick with what the fish want and where they're at. And I have the double scud rig on from yesterday. I've got a size 12 dark UV gray and a size 14 dark UV gray scud on, about 10 inches apart, with a AB size split shot above by about 14 inches. And I've got probably about 11 foot total from the indicator to the last fly. So I'm gonna have to be hopping on the motor here very frequently. The wind is blowing downstream, pushing this big pontoon boat a little faster than the current. Oh, there was a bite. Ooh. Oh, let's see. So, fishing reports. Captain Dwayne had a trip this morning. He said that it was pretty slow up here in the trophy area, and they wanted to keep some fish, so they dropped below Fall Creek, and they drifted night crawlers. And he said they still had to work for him with the night crawlers, but they came back with a nice load of fish. Captain Bill Babler told me he came up here first thing this morning, and they drifted these scuds through this section right here. He said they caught 4, but they never came back up to try it again. They said it was a little slow, and they were also wanting to keep some fish, so they went down below Fall Creek with night crawlers, and they came back with some really healthy looking rainbows, a couple big ones, a couple 16, 17 inchers. I just talked to Captain Rader on my way up here, and he said that they were still catching some on the shad fly. I'm back in one of our new pontoon boats again today. Primarily because almost every single boat other than our John boats are completely rented out for the day. We had a little bit of rain kind of come in this morning. Not too heavy or anything, but did have a little bit, and it's really overcast right now. It looks like it could rain again. So getting some small showers. I'm not sure how much rain accumulation that we got yesterday. I don't think it added up to a ton. Anyway, I'm gonna pull this, make sure I don't have any moss, and get another cast out there. Okay, no moss, no fish on the first cast today. Today would be one of those days to get out. Oh, there was a fish. Dang it. Okay, that's 2 misses. Today would be a good day for trying a red San Juan worm. And I thought actually that I tied one on my other rod before I left, but I guess I never got around to it. So that is what I was going to start off with. I know anytime we have pretty cloudy days, those red San Juan worms usually do the trick. And anytime there's like some rain comes in the water, they really like those red worms. I do have a fish on now. And so funny note, this is the same boat I took out yesterday. And if you guys recall from yesterday, I said that it was missing the net, and I totally forgot to add a net again today. So I'm doing this again without a net. I've got one here. It looks like he took the bottom scud, a size 14. Get the new floor nice and fish slimy. Somebody's got to do it. There we go. Pretty. Bill told me this morning he tried the UV color Scuds to start off with up here, and he said they weren't taking that, and they switched over just the regular peppy gray, which has got some pepperish black in it, so it kind of, whenever it gets wet, it makes it a darker silhouette of gray. But the darker colors, and that's what I put on here. Even though they're the UV, they're still the darker gray, so they're still giving off a darker silhouette, I imagine. But now that Table Rock is below 915, we could be looking to see them turn the water down anytime. Could happen this afternoon. And according to the schedule, as far as we know, they're talking about turning the water off. So we shall see. I'm really wishing I would have tied that red San Juan worm on like I planned to, but I think it would work today. Or the cerise. The cerise San Juan worm seems to do pretty good on those cloudier conditioned days as well. There's another fish. Well, it looks like this little stretch here has still got some fish looking for scuds. This one might be a bigger fish. And he is. I'm almost hoping for smaller fish here since I don't have a net, but if the big fish are going to bite, it's going to be when you don't have a net. And this fish also took the bottom scud, the size 14, so might be that they're going a little smaller today. I'm gonna try to pick this big guy up. Oh gosh. Okay, that was risky. There we go. That one's a little healthier. And I'm drifting down the same side I was yesterday. I'm actually a little closer to the inside here today, which I guess I need to be careful of. That wind is pushing me. But I'd say if you're going to be on the water the next couple days, you're not worried about keeping fish. Fishing this stretch right here with a scud is definitely going to be worth a try. The wind, so just a note for those of you who don't know, usually in most cases the wind in this little stretch that we've been fishing is for some reason, unless it's blowing just right, it's usually less windy around that bend from the Andy Williams eddy down to about this point when you get in front of the Narrows. Now once you get down to the Narrows, it kind of opens up, that bluff tapers off, and the wind kind of settles in pretty hard. I'm going to try a cast over here on this side and see if they're closer to the inside of the bank. So if it's a windy day, most of the times you can get out of the wind right around that bend there. So you can just kind of do some short drifts through there and there was one. Oh. They're definitely doing a little short biting here today. And if my boat will stay on course, I think I usually like to go across and drift the channel on the inside by the island, but I think I'm going to try drifting this far side all the way down that rock ledge over there. I've seen people do well drifting scuds over there before. I just never do it, so we'll try it today. I'm gonna flip back over here to the inside until we get down where that water gets deeper. We're gonna find out right now just how shallow a water these pontoon boats can drift through. These new pontoon boats are tri-toons and they set pretty high out of the water. That island over here is going to start fading, getting a little deeper, so switch back to this side. Phil's out today chasing some white bass with some friends over on Bull Shoals Lake. They just left a little bit ago. We have just a tiny bit of moss on those scuds. I'll make sure we get that off of there. There's one. See? Sometimes you just gotta jump across and try a side you don't try. Because I never hardly drift anything down this side, and I don't know why. I just like that side over there better, I guess. But probably because I don't try this side often enough. And he took the size 12 scud. Come on. Ooh, those hooks get stuck in there good sometimes. It is amazing the things fly line gets caught around. Now, I know this side, as it goes down this rock bank, gets deeper and deeper, and it might even get deeper than my rig is set up to go here, so we'll just try it. So as the water depth increases, so like let's say here in a second it gets to 12 foot. So I would want the space from my bottom of my indicator to my split shot to be 12 foot, so that that split shot was touching the bottom, and then the extra line where the flies are would allow that line to kind of wave up and down behind the split shot. If the split shot isn't touching the bottom, then you're not getting the right type of bounce for those scuds. And I don't fish this far enough over to know how deep this gets. I just know that at some point it does get a little deeper. These boats do have depth finders on them, so I guess I could use that feature.
Is there anything you can do? Absolutely. You can try new.
Alright, so we've just got 10 foot here. So I've got about 9 foot, maybe a little bit deeper down to my split shot, which should be just about right. I need to add a little more leader if I wanted to fish that area successfully, but what I can do is just scoot out here and cast into some shallower water. I'll even scoot the boat out there a little bit. So yeah, if you've got an area or a stretch where you know the fishing's good, then just set your, whenever you're putting your leader and your tippet on, set that all up to where even at your deepest spots, you know you can just reach out there, adjust your indicator, and continue fishing. But I have been hearing good reports about right here below Fall Creek fishing those night crawlers. Guys are, you know, they're not talking about coming back with a bunch of fish, but they're coming back with some really nice quality fish. Nice 16 to 18 inch range trout. Alright, the wind is getting fairly aggressive here. I'll probably call the video here soon. One of our boats, our trout machine pontoon below us, they're just releasing a fish. And I am dead even with the mouth of Fall Creek now. Those guys are having a grand old time today. Lots of reports of the guides cleaning fish and pulling just bellies full of scuds out. And so I imagine if you got your depth right and everything, it gets a little deeper down here once you fish around the bend going towards Short Creek. I imagine if you got your leader set up, got a little more depth on there, you could probably catch fish using these scuds all the way down to at least a little bit before Trout Hollow. I think we'll go for about 30 more seconds, see if we can find a fish down here. If not, well, I'll give it a cast over there towards the bank. If not, we're gonna call it a day. Ugh. So many obstacles. Right now, I'm not really, it's kind of hard to see in the wind. I'm not really seeing my indicator get pulled any at all by the weight on the bottom. So it's probably a situation where I would need to get my tippet out, make the leader a little bit longer. And with this kind of wind, probably add a tiny bit more weight. The only other way to adjust that would be to have a trolling motor or somebody slowing the boat down and keeping it straight. But anyway, we thank you guys for watching today. They're still biting scuds, so if you're looking to try that kind of action, get up here and try that stretch. But we thank you for watching today, and we'll be out here to do it again tomorrow. Thanks, guys.